Hi there, I am Becky Amble. I'm trying to get things all set up because I wanted to share some ideas with you, and that is I want to share something about FedEx. Here you can see the package, and I'm back here somewhere. What I wanted to do is show you a couple things. Maybe I'll stand up. Um, in this package, it says reusable padded pack. And I'm enough of a pack rat, recycle freak, I guess, that I like to reuse things anyway. So I thought, okay, good. And there you can see their magnificent logo. And having this on the outside of the package tells you something about their company and what they care about. And I think that's an important part. They got it right on the outside of the package. Well, one of the things that I wanted to do was share some ideas with you about FedEx. And so I started doing a little bit of research and decided that I wanted to share some things and thought, well, what the heck, maybe I'll put together some slides and show you some things that I was thinking about here. So let me get that fired up and we'll go through this. So we don't have to take too long to get her done. And hopefully this will all be working. And let me make that a little bit bigger if I can. All right. Well, what I wanted to do, because FedEx is an amazing company, and I started doing some research and wanted to find out, well, where is it in the most admired companies? It's actually number 8. So I started digging because that's what I do. I like to do a little research. Well, let's talk about some fun stuff because I spend most of my time doing strategic kinds of things, the strategy on how to grow a business. I probably didn't even say who I was. I'm Becky Amble. You probably know me if you've seen any of my videos. Anyway, let's take a look at this because it's kind of fun to talk about some of these interesting things that FedEx has done and they have been consistent in doing for quite a number of years. Let's take a look, and it's all going to be about their logo. Okay, one of the things is they chose the color purple, and that dominates their logo, especially in the word Fed. It's always purple, and this color is a deliberate choice that they made, and it's meaningful, and it conveys, as I have here, creativity, innovation, and sophistication. In the corporate world, because it works primarily B2B, purple suggests a forward-thinking premium brand. And that's what sets FedEx apart as an industry leader. So from a business standpoint, it's perceived as innovative, premium, forward thinking. You can see some of the other thoughts there: creativity, imagination, and sophistication. And in addition, in the business that they're in, the logistics business, logistics and delivery business, this portrays them as a dependable and cutting edge company. That's all about purple. And I think it's all kind of fun to hear what the colors mean. And I'm going to share with you some of the symbols too. I'm just moving something out of the way here. Orange, that's their other big color, right? And did you know they had all these logos? If you look over here to the left, look at all these logos that they have. And yes, Fed is in the purple and pretty much all of them. And then they changed the color of the EX part or add another word depending on the particular ministry group that they're working with. Well, let's get back to orange. Orange is a vibrant and attention-getting color, and that has worked for them. It's a color of energy, action, excitement, and when they use it, it is a bright color, it gets attention, and evokes feelings of optimism and urgency. You might notice that that's why a lot of fast foods have orange or red in their colors to get people in and get people out. At least that was the theory in the days of the past, which I think still you see a fair amount of that. Anyway, as FedEx Express, their fastest version, it suggests, orange does, it suggests fast, energetic service, reinforcing the message of speed and efficiency in that core business that they have. Now, you probably didn't know this, or maybe you did, that they have color coded their different business divisions. Well, I think that's kind of interesting and kind of fun. So the green one here in the middle, they use purple. Again, purple is going to be there, and green, and that is for FedEx Ground. Now, they don't say this, but to me, I thought, well, ground, green, grass, that kind of makes sense to me. However, we're going to talk a little bit about the that what green does mean from a color standpoint, and it's associated generally with growth, reliability, and nature. It conveys trustworthiness and consistency, which is great when you've got that ground service that they have here. And they focus through their ground delivery service on delivering packages reliably over the land using their land process. Another one over here on the right is FedEx Freight. And here they use red. And I think you can tell that that is purple and red in that picture. And this communicates, red communicates power, strength, and urgency. FedEx Freight then deals with heavy shipments and it uses red to suggest force and impact. And this really aligns with its freight service because it involves moving large and heavy duty transported products. The other one over here, Express, is one that probably a lot of us have used. That's the purple and orange. It's the original one, and that really represents speed and getting things to us quickly. Now, you probably know this because we used to send packages, our good old FedEx packs, when I was in finance, and we were doing the startup here. We had a package that we sent every day, our FedEx pack. And as we hired more people, the question was, okay, who's doing the FedEx pack today? And it became usually one person's responsibility. But we had a FedEx envelope going every single day. And if I remember right, I think we had a deposit box at the office building. And then I think as we got so regular, they picked up in our office. Anyway, FedEx Express is like the primo. And as I was going to mention, you probably know that I think it's 3 different overnight options they have that go into the purple and orange, the Express, the one that has to be there at 8 o'clock. And then there's one that's like 10 o'clock. And then I think there's one maybe noon and then at 5 p.m. or something. So they've got 3 or 4 different options. The other one I wanted to tell you about is just a brief review here of FedEx Ground. And again, growth, reliability. I mentioned some of those topics. Nature, growth, reliability is how it communicates. And the freight, as we talked about, power and urgency. They're moving large shipments, large pieces of whatever it is that they're delivering. And then again, this one, the FedEx Custom Critical, it's called Trust and Security. And you can see that the color here for this is blue. And that impact or the communication is trust, security, professionalism. And another fun thing that you probably know, we all used to talk about this a gazillion years ago, is the arrow. I put the image in here up on the right with the black arrow because it's sometimes easier to see than the white one. And again, that's one of their symbols. And that means, and it depicts that this shows speed, precision, forward movement. It really symbolizes FedEx's commitment to reliable and fast deliveries. Now you sit there and you probably go, did they think of all of this? I think they did. I think they pretty much did everything on purpose, which I think is just outstanding. And when I work with companies, I always tell them, if you don't want to do everything that I can help you with and that we talk about, that's okay. I just want you to know and then make a decision and do things on purpose, because there's a lot of times when we're working in our business where we might not have thought something through and all of a sudden we're doing it and we don't really know why, and it might not be the smartest thing to do. So I love that they have probably thought through all of this and done it on purpose. The other thing I might have skipped is that there is something, I showed you this one, the FedEx Custom Critical, and that is, again, things for critical service where precision and security are essential. So that's another little element within FedEx. And another one that I don't have a particular slide for, I don't think, is their FedEx Corporate Services. That has a gray EX, and gray stands for neutrality and balance, which seems to make sense when you're dealing with corporate services that it supports. So it's kind of that balanced approach. Now, the last thing I wanted to share with you is how all of this comes together, and they do have a cohesive brand message. They do it on purpose. They're consistent, and that's just that just is the kind of thing that I love hearing about and love when companies do that. Their colors, their whole concept here is to get the message out that they are fast, efficient, and reliable. And I think any of us that have used FedEx would probably agree those three words really describe the company. And purple again here, as you can see on my slide, signifies innovation. And the secondary colors then are used to define the particular service, almost the particular niche that they're working in. And then back to the arrow that talks about precision and speed. Uh, I just I just think it's kind of a cool story. And FedEx, as you know, has their own planes and all that kind of stuff. Next time that you're thinking about a company, about your own company, think about the colors, think about the messaging, what it is all communicating. And after you get your strategic pieces together, then you get to start dealing with some of these fun parts like the color. And this is important because it communicates in a different level, in a different way, typically on an emotional level, and it reinforces all the other things that the company stands for. Just wanted to share that with you. Hope that gives you some ideas or gives you something to think about, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks a lot.